Hey folks, it is Monday as I record this. Initially I recorded it on Thursday, I believe it was, and I loaded the wrong file and I deleted the right file as I was loading the wrong file. So I am re-recording. My apologies because we're a day late. Some of what I'm going to say in this video, just out of habit, is anticlimactic, but welcome to week number 7. That means having done 6 out of 18, we're a third of the way done. It's going by pretty quickly. From my perspective, I hope that it is going by well for you. You're in a routine and it's just autopilot at this point, and that you're really learning some things about what HR does. I'm going to share my screen here and we will talk about what you need to be doing this week. All right, finish up from last week. Well, you should have done this yesterday. If I'd have had the video out there yesterday, I would have been a very timely reminder, but I would imagine most of you have gotten the reading done on last week's discussion board, discussion 6, training and development. Some great ideas were shared in that, and folks were starting to really think in terms of HR and who's responsible for what, and maybe in the course of all of this, those of you who hadn't really thought much about HR in the past are starting to think these guys have a lot to do. And I'm glad that I don't have to worry about this stuff because I've got some folks thinking about it for me. This week we're going to be talking about another big important thing, and it really impacts you as managers as well as the HR folks who are trying to play behind the scenes and coordinate it. But from last week, continue working on your issue paper. I hope you've had a chance to look at the video that talks about what I'm looking for. I'm kind of suspecting that maybe not everybody had a chance to look at the professional paper video because some of you were a little off base on what we were trying to do in terms of the detail and the in-depthness and whatnot. But the short summary, in case you haven't looked at that, is that the best place to start is looking at the issue or issues that you talked about at the end of your professional paper, and maybe explore one of them. And what I want you to do in the issue paper is do a lot of research in SHRM to see what folks are saying about that issue. And at the very beginning, a quick recap of what that issue is and why it's significant to this company, and perhaps what ignoring it will mean and what resolving it will mean. Then a good solid review of SHRM literature, followed at the end by, hey, if I were a consultant or if I were in charge of HR at this company, this is what I think that I would do. This is the specific thing that I think that I would recommend that we do to address this problem, with some of the detail involved in that. So your issue paper is not due for another couple of weeks yet. As I record this video, it's right at about 3 weeks from now, but this was going to require a little bit of research, so don't wait too late to get started. As a reminder, as far as plagiarism goes, whatever you get out of SHRM, you need to put in your own words. Do not copy and paste blocks of SHRM. You need to be able to read the article, think about what it says, and put it in your own words. And hopefully you're already in the habit of doing that. Hopefully you did that when you did your North House. That's the wrong class. Oh well, forget that. Yeah. But continue working on that. New for this week, we got a great topic: appraisals and feedback. HR kind of works behind the scenes to make sure that the appraisals measure what the job is supposed to do. They are partners in terms of giving feedback, both positive and negative, to folks. But you as managers have to actually do the appraisals with your people and give the feedback. So knowing what HR can do to help you is going to be very important, I think, this week. So read the overview for the appraisals and the feedback material, and then read those articles, and then begin posting to discussion number 7. Remember, for full credit, you want to make your initial post by Tuesday night. As I record this, it's tomorrow night by the time you go to bed, and then a post or two somewhere between Wednesday and Saturday. I'm going to encourage you to make sure that those posts are at least 80 words on those follow-ups. I'm still having to throw out a few here and there because they're not 80 words. They don't really add anything of substance to the conversation. And try to remember too that you need to get this done by Saturday night. They're still getting, I'm still seeing some posts on Sunday that I'm having to throw out because the discussion board posting ends on Saturday. Make sure that you get that started early and that you continue working on that throughout the week. Even if you post on Monday and then you wait and post once Friday and once Saturday, that's fine. Just keep an eye on it and make sure that you get all of that done within the time frames that we've allotted. Also new for this week, in the week 7 content folder, if you were part of the leadership team last week, That is the names that you see on the screen there. Make sure that this week, sometime during the week by Sunday night, you have submitted your Team Lead 1 Dropbox with all of the pieces that are in that. Make sure in the final piece of that you list all 6 of those names, including yourself, and tell me what each one of those people did to contribute in the research part of it, in the decision-making part of it, and in the discussion part of it. If you happen to be in team number 4, leading the discussion this week, make sure that you're active in the discussion board. You see the names there of the 6 people. You don't make a primary post like you would in any normal week, but you do need to make the first follow-up post by Tuesday night, because the same timelines follow. Full credit means that you've made a post by Tuesday night, but you're going to want to make 6 posts, all of them 80 words or more. If you want to make more than 6, that is fine. But be active in the discussion board this week. And then if you're in Team 5, you're going to be leading the discussion next week. So y'all are researching this week. The 6 of you who are on the screen down there at the bottom, research your topic, figure out, come to a conclusion of some sort about which 3 or 4 articles you want the rest of the class to read, what your overview is going to look like, and what 2 or 3 discussion questions you want to use. And one of you needs to email me all that stuff on behalf of the rest of the team. Nothing goes into the Dropbox until the week after your discussion. So hopefully that tells you a pretty good bit about what you need to know about, whoop, that was the right slide right there. Let's go back and just change it to camera. Here we are, good deal, I'm back. I've lost my train of thought. Wow, it's a great week already, isn't it? I hope that you're doing well and that the class is being beneficial to you. And I'm going to sign off for now. I'll do the next video in a couple of days at this point because I'm late on this one. But holler at me if you have any needs. And otherwise, let's keep plugging along, learning about HR and how they can help you as you strive to be a better manager.